Hello, I'm going to tell you about King John. So, King John is the son of King Henry II. So, it's not a good start because obviously King Henry II, he lost the respect of many of his people because of the actions he took against the Archbishop of Canterbury. Now we're looking at King John, and King John definitely lost power, and he was seen as bad King John. So, he lost power from being seen as a bad king. So, how did that happen? Well, let's have a look. So, if we look at a hierarchy, a bit like the feudal system, hopefully not quite so strict, you've got in our school a head teacher, you've got teachers, and you've got students. Obviously, you've got some other people as well, but we'll keep it nice and simple. Now, part of the reason why teachers teach lessons is because um, they are a little bit scared of the head teacher. So, if we didn't do any work, we would get the sack. And that is part of the reason possibly why some teachers work. Um, Now, students, the same really. Some students are a little bit scared of their teachers, and so the reason they do the work is because of what they think the teachers will do. However, in a good school, um, it's mostly based around respect. So why do the teachers do what the head teacher says or asks them to do? Well, because they have some respect for that head teacher, and so they want to do what they say because they think it's a good idea. Hopefully, in a good school, students have respect for their teachers and think, well, actually, I want to do that work because I think that will help me, and that's why I'm going to do it because they have respect for what the teachers are trying to get them to do. Now, the same is really true in the Middle Ages in the feudal system when it's working well. There has to be a kind of respect across the different social groups. So the nobles have to respect the king. They have to feel that the king is going to do a good job and that it's good that they're in overall charge of the country. The knights need to think the same about the nobles, that the nobles can be trusted and respect, and they have respect for them for the way in which they're keeping control over the area that they rule over. And when that respect breaks down, then there starts to be real problems. And that is what happens in the time of King John, because you can see a picture of a kind of a Christian God at the top there. Because what happened was that King John became convinced that he had divine power or divine rights. This means that he believed that God had chosen him especially to be the king. And so he was different from ordinary people. He wasn't just at the top of the hierarchy or order, he was actually considerably better than everyone else. He was superior to other people because God had chosen him to be the king. He had divine rights that other people did not have. Now, because he believed that, he thought that everyone should always do what he said. So, if, for example, he said he wanted more money from taxes, which is obviously the money that the king gets from the people, then he thought that everyone should give him that additional tax money because he is close to God. He also thought if he wanted to fight a war, which he did, then the nobles should provide him with soldiers because he was close to God. So what they needed to do exactly what he said. Now, as you can imagine, the nobles didn't always agree with that. In fact, the nobles were exceptionally angry with King John for constantly demanding more tax money and for going to war with countries and losing. And as a result, they organized a rebellion. And a rebellion, we know, is when you fight against the person in power. King John was scared because he was pretty sure that these powerful nobles, these barons, would be able to defeat him in battle. And so he was forced to sign a document. And that document said that from now on, he would listen to the nobles and would have to take their advice before coming up with any actions. And that document that he was signing right there, not looking very happy about it, is called the Magna Carta. It's a very, very important document because it meant that from then on, the king had less power because he had to listen to the people below him, the nobles, when he took important actions.